Hello, everybody. This is the Planet Earth here. How you guys doing today? Okay, so I got some flashlights here for review, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Fenix PD36R Pro. This is an amazing light. By the way, if you see some tape on my flashlights, it's because of the serial numbers. It's best to hide the serial numbers because of warranty issues. A lot of flashlight reviewers do not hide their serial numbers. I think they need to start hiding their serial numbers because I think it would be bad for reviewers to not hide their serial numbers. It's mainly for warranty issues. So it's a good idea to hide the serial numbers. Anyways, okay, so this is the Fenix PD36R Pro. It is, let's see, on eco mode, it is 30 lumens. On low, it is 19 hours at 150 lumens. On medium, it is 350 lumens for 8 hours and 15 minutes. It lasts longer than that. On high, it is a straight 1000 lumen flashlight for over almost 4 hours. Probably like 3 hours at 1000 lumens. So that is amazing. Now, turbo is 3 hours and 30 minutes with an asterisk, or whatever the heck they call it, at 380 meters. So here is the Fenix PD36R Pro. This is what it looks like. Let's take a look at it. This is the Fenix PD36R Pro. Oh, it is an amazing light. Oh, you guys have no idea how beautiful this light is. It's got an SFT 70 LED. Most of the newer tactical flashlights now carry this LED, no PWM. So if you guys are wondering how this flashlight works, it's very simple. You got a tail cap here. The big button is to turn the flashlight on. Turn the flashlight on, turn the flashlight off. This button is for instant strobe, so I'm gonna play a strobe feature here in 3, 2, 1. Instant strobe while the flashlight's off, so it's instant. Then you can turn it on, and then you can push the strobe, hold it, and it'll keep strobing. This flashlight on low will last 42 hours on low. So the Fenix PD36R Pro, it has a beam like this, and no, by the way, if you're seeing this on the camera, it might look a little bit green. That's not the truth. Not with this flashlight. It's actually I would say, pretty white beam. It may look a little bit green, but trust me, it's not green. It is the camera. This is actually, I think, medium. No, okay. This is equal mode, which is the 30 lumens. We got low at 150 lumens for 19 hours, so this one right here. At this setting right here, it'll last almost a day. On medium, which is the average lumens I think that most people would use on the Fenix PD36R Pro and Fenix PD36R of about medium, will be 8 hours and 15 minutes. So equal, low, medium. So on this setting alone, just this setting alone right here, it'll last 8 hours. 8 hours on one 21700 battery. The SFT 70 LED is the most amazing thrower LED, and it's pretty good at keeping that battery reserved. So that's high, and that's turbo. That's bright, by the way. That turbo is very bright. It lasts for like 45 seconds at 3000 lumens. It'll heat up really quickly, and then it'll go to 1000 lumens. And then once that 1000 lumens is hit, once you let the flashlight cool just a little bit, strobe, by the way, is 2500 lumens. So once this heats up, this is 3000 lumens, and it's very bright, very, very bright. Very nice flashlight. I think a lot of people would like this flashlight for how simple it is. It also comes with a nice lanyard. Well, I call it a lanyard. It's not a lanyard, it's I don't know what the heck you call this. I love it though. And then equal, low, medium, high, and then turbo. Now you can't hit turbo if the flashlight's too hot. It's hot now, that's fine. But to reactivate it, just turn it off for like 10 seconds, and then you can kind of get it back to turbo. You can do this multiple times before the voltage of the 21700 battery is too low. It'll run at 1,000 lumens for over 3 hours. Your total run time is 3 hours and 55 minutes. I don't know if 1,000 lumens like 2 hours, but it stays very steady at about 1,000 lumens. It is the most amazing, compact, tactical flashlight for the size to hold that 1,000 lumens is short of amazing. I mean, just instantly turbo right there, just being able to light up to 380 meters. So 380 meters is close to like 1,000 feet, something like that, a little bit over 1,000 feet or something like that. It's got a perfect, the beam pattern on this thing is just freaking amazing. Like, look at the circle on the pd36r. And by the way, this flashlight has no PWM. Let me show you. Well, I mean, at least on the camera it doesn't. You're not going to get a headache using this flashlight. You see? No headache for you. So this is a 1,000 lumen flashlight. It does get a little bit over 1,000 lumens, so you're like, I would say closer to 1,100 lumens. It is bright. It has a very well-defined beam. It's almost a perfect circle. And as you can see here, it's got a nice circle to it. It does look less green than what the camera shows. That is one thing I want to make clear. It is more of like a neutral white, I don't know how to explain, like a neutral white beam. It's hard to explain. It's white, but it's more neutral white, if that makes sense. So, yeah, it's like a neutral whitish light. And it's 1,000 lumens, but it has a lot of throw for what it is. So this flashlight actually has a lot of throw, as you can see. And then eco mode, this is turbo again. So we got that turbo here. Perfectly white beam. And on low, it does still look pretty white. There might be, maybe if you do like a read on it, it might be slightly green. Like a very mild to slightly green. Very, very mild though. It's so mild that it would just be ridiculous at this point. But it looks a little, not green. It just, well actually no, it just looks white. To me, at least my eyes, on a white wall. Now, the camera shows a little bit green. It's not green. Yeah, the pd36r Pro is low, medium, high, and then turbo. This turbo, man, I swear, if you strobe this, strobe warning in 3, 2, 1. Constant strobe, and then slow strobe, then fast strobe. So this eco mode will last you 2 days almost. Low will last, let's see, 19 hours on low, so that's not bad. But remember, this is a tactical flashlight. This is not necessarily a, I don't know how to explain it. It's not like you could EDC this flashlight, and it doesn't have a deep pocket carry clip. It's like a regular clip. So it's like just a regular standard clip. There's no deep pocket carry clip, but I mean, it's a great EDC light. It's a SFT 70 LED. It's going to be an amazing flashlight regardless. Now, I have another flashlight here. This is part of the, I call it the Fenix pd36r Pro, but I call it the longer thrower of the pd36r Pro because they are similar. This is the Fenix 20K or TK20R. This flashlight's amazing. This is my favorite flashlight of all time. No joke. Even though it's not high CRI, it is my favorite though. Now, I have the same LED as the Fenix pd36r Pro, but the head is bigger. This flashlight here, the Fenix TK20R, is my favorite flashlight of all time. Now, let me explain how this one works. This one and this one, they both have built-in USB-C charging. They are both absolutely amazing flashlights. And they both have the same methods, except the head diameter is bigger on this one than it is on this one. And it's a little bit more striky on the bezel. Same LED, as you can see. So, just tighten this up there. I always put it on manual lockout because you never know. So you just slightly turn the head a little bit, or turn the tail a little bit here, and it turns the flashlight off. And that's what you want. So you don't accidentally turn it on turbo, and then you burn yourself, or whatever. So this is the Fenix TK20R version 2, and this is the pd36r. The beam patterns on these two different flashlights, this, I'm telling you right now, is the most amazing thrower LED. It's a little bit, as you can see, look at the LED difference here between the Fenix TK20R and the Fenix pd36r. So if you want more of a bit of a EDC, you're probably going to go with the pd36r. But if you want a little bit more throw, you're going to want the TK20 version 2, the Fenix TK20R version 2, and as you can see, it has just a little bit more throw and a pinpoint beam. See that? You see how this one has a tighter hotspot than this one. This one's a little bit more floody, but not much. This one is more dedicated throw, low, medium, high, turbo. This is bright, and this one goes out far. This one goes out to 475 meters and has 56,000 candela. Now this mother trucker here is the flashlight. And also, not only that, let's go back to low or eco mode, and let's go back to eco mode on this one. Now let's look how it works. So this is amazing. Check this out. Okay, you're trying to charge your flashlight, right? All right. So you twist it, and there's the USB-C port to charge the flashlight. You can use a Samsung power charger, USB-C to USB-C. It'll charge it really quickly on the 21700 battery that is inside. And then you twist it also as an indicator, and it'll tell you, it'll tell you if it's green or red, meaning you need to charge the battery. And you twist it to tighten it up. That is really weird, by the way. There it is, the Fenix TK20R. And then immediate, it has access to strobe, so strobe warning. Immediate, watch this. Just immediate, like that, boom. It's just instant strobe for the Fenix pd36r and the Fenix TK20R version 2. Look at that. Look at that. See, immediate strobe. And by the way, the strobe's at 2500 lumens. So if there is somebody coming after you and you live in a different country, you're in the middle of nowhere, you have a fully charged flashlight. You know, I keep recommending this, but a lot of people don't listen. I recommend carrying one of these at all times. Maybe not on your person, but in your bag at least. Just to kind of give yourself a buffer point. Because if people are going to, I guess, attack you, they're going to attack you regardless. Especially if you've pissed somebody off. But this could help delay that attack slightly. If you can get in their face with the strobe action, you might be able to disorientate them just enough to get away from them. If you're a lady walking on the night and you pop out a strobe warning, you pop out the strobe to them, you might be, especially if they're not wearing glasses, you might be able to disorientate them just enough to get away, to get in your car to start it and take off. It might be able, if you're in a parking garage and you do this, I'm telling you right now, you will be able to get away from those creepy ass mother truckers, literally. Now, ladies, I recommend getting the Fenix TK20R. This is such a beautiful flashlight. It's not that big. It fits in your purse. You ladies need a flashlight to protect yourself from these creepy ass guys. And remember, there's a lot of trafficking going on all over this country, United States of America, and around the world. So I highly recommend get yourself strobe warning to get yourself one of these flashlights. Now, specifically to save yourself from burning a hole in your purse, just slightly twist this a little bit, just a little bit, and then if you need to use it, turn it right, and then turn it on. And then also there is a check here to tell you what the battery status is. I highly recommend ladies get this flashlight, even though it's meant, you know, tactical use, police officers. Now, a lot of people will probably use Streamlight flashlights or Surefire or HDS systems. Now, this could also be another flashlight. Now, this has nothing to do with Fenix flashlights, but I thought this would be very helpful in the long term for a lot of people. If you are a lady or a person that likes to collect flashlights and you need a tactical flashlight with 1 lumen, the Olight Warrior 3S might be a really good buy. Check out this flashlight. This is a this is a titanium flashlight. It looks fancy. See how fancy it looks? Now, it is a fancy light. It's literally a fancy light, but it's a colorful light. It looks, I understand that it might look a little bit weird to certain people, but this is actually made out of titanium. And it has a 1 lumen mode. Here's your 1 lumen mode. Here's your low, medium, and high. This is Olight Warrior 3S. They will be coming out with some new models probably within the next 6 months. But until then, I highly recommend getting one of these. It won't be in this color because you're not going to find this except for a few websites. Olight sent this to me, surprisingly. It's not sponsored by Olight, but they did send it to me. This is a titanium Olight Warrior 3S with magnetic charging. You just pop the charger, boom, instant. This one's actually 1800 lumens, but I think the original one is like 2200 lumens or 2300 lumens. They can't make it as high because it's titanium. And it does have instant, it has an instant, as a perfect, by the way, Olights have this weird TIR optic lens. It's kind of hard to explain. And they got like this perfect round circle. It's hard to explain. But this one's more white, cool white than the Fenix TK20R version 2 and the Fenix pd36r Pro. And this one is mainly, I guess you could say, for the ladies. You could get one of these because it has a little battery indicator. It tells you how charged the battery is. And then you can hold it and it'll lock it out. Or you could go low, medium, high, and it has a proximity sensor so you don't burn yourself. Okay? So let's go to high. We're on high now. It's going to go low. See how it changes the brightness automatically? And then you double tap while it's on that low mode, and now you can just use it as a normal flashlight. So let's say you turn it on normally, turn it on turbo, and then you set it down. It's going to turn itself off after like a minute or 2. I don't remember how long it was, but there's a timer. When it detects like this, it'll turn off. So you're not going to burn nothing. This, you want to manually disconnect it just ever so slightly, and it won't come on. See? Now, the Fenix pd36r Pro is the successor to the Fenix pd36r. And it's going to last many years. I have the old Fenix pd36r. It is an amazing flashlight. End of story, point blank, hands down. The Fenix pd36r is probably the best 21700 flashlight. EDC, because it has over 100 hours of runtime on low. I do have it, and turbo I think can last, oh god, 1600 lumens. It can last for a very long time on that setting, like 3 or 4 hours. I mean, it lasts and lasts and lasts. And now the beam, it does have PWM, but I think that's what makes it last longer, actually. I don't know. Now, I have another flashlight here. This is part of the Fenix line. So, I have a Fenix here. It's called the Fenix LD22 version 2. This is a pen light. Yeah, I know, it's weird. So, this is a pen light. And it is, just tighten it up here. You don't ever want these flashlights to come on by themselves. This is a pen light. This is a 2 lumen mode from Fenix. Now this one has a bit of a greenish, yellowish tint, but you get better battery life for how limited it is. Now they have these proprietary, I don't know, they have these proprietary batteries. They're not really proprietary. They're just like 14500s with an extension tube. But they're proprietary in the sense that this is technically a 3.7 volt battery, 3.6 volt battery. It has a 14500 in it, except this partly is empty. This part right here of the battery is empty or just filled up abnormally. I wish they would have just made the battery instead of just using the 14500 on ace beam. That's why I brought this one. This battery here, this is a 1600 milliamp proprietary battery from ace beam. It is the same type of battery. It's a L14 battery. And they're called, yeah, this is a C14 battery. It's pretty much just a 14100 battery or whatever they call it. I don't even know what they call it at this point. All I know is that they call it a 14100 battery. And this is technically a 14100 battery. It's the same thing, same diameter, same distance, same charge, and you charge it through the USB-C port on the battery itself. It's kind of weird. However, this one is 1600 milliamps. This one's only 1100 milliamps. When I put this battery into this Fenix flashlight, I got almost 40 minutes of longer runtime from turbo than I did from this extra 500 milliamps. I put it in this one because this battery is meant for the ace beam pokelet 2AA battery. This one is also made for, I mean, technic, if you want to get technical, see, it's the same size. So I put this one in there. I put this one in here, and I got like 30 to 40 minutes of longer runtime on turbo and on high. I got almost an hour more of runtime on this Fenix flashlight. See, it's the same thing, except 500 more milliamps of juice. And it also runs on 2 AA's. This is the reason why it's important to have these dual AA flashlights, because in an emergency setting, you can get 350 lumens on 2 AA batteries, equal low, medium. So this setting here will last over 24 hours. And now this one does have a bit of a green tint, but I'm gonna let that slide because of the run times on this little pen light. The run times on the low settings over 200 hours, and even equal mode throws really far. It's 2 lumens, but 2 lumens, look at this, the 2 lumen mode, it just, you can use it. Look, I can light up everything with this light at 2 lumens, everything. These are so much fun to have. If you're not buying flashlights and you don't have at least one, what if you're on a cruise ship? You need an emergency light. What if the power goes out? What if the engines go out on a cruise ship? This is not sponsored. I'm just telling you how it is. There's already been situations where I've had a flat tire, and thank God I had a damn light because it was dark and snowy. I'm going to tell you, if I didn't have that damn flashlight, I would have never gotten a tire off, because I was in an area where there was no light. There was no artificial light. It was in the middle of nowhere, and I had to put a spare tire on. What if I had? What if I wouldn't have had the flashlight? I would have pitch black in those woods. So back to the Fenix pd36r Pro. Is it worth it? Oh yes. So on the low setting here, up to 48 hours, you could probably get pretty good run times, more than what they say. Fenix usually underestimates their flashlights a little bit, usually. So 48 hours. So 2 days on this alone. So you get 2 days of runtime on one 21700 battery that Fenix provides. Also, by the way, this is not proprietary, unlike the Olight, which has a proprietary battery. You just use one of these 21700s. You can also pick up button top, but I recommend button top protected batteries. So you don't run the battery so low that you end up damaging the battery, and then while you're recharging, maybe it goes kaboom. You do not want these batteries to go kaboom. These batteries, these 21700s, 18650s, 14500s, 16340s, and all other types of batteries within this voltage range, you don't want these batteries to go kaboom. These are Tesla, I mean, technically, if you want to get technical, these are pretty much Tesla batteries. You don't want these to go kaboom. It would be a very bad day for you. Don't ever let these batteries go kaboom. And if they start to go kaboom, get them out of your house. Get them out as soon as possible, if you can. If they start bulging, get them out of your house. If they explode and you could safely get a respirator on, get out of your house. Because if you breathe this stuff in, you may not live. Highly recommend getting this battery, putting in the slide here, pop, and then on, off, good light, put it in the pouch here, and you are good to go. Voila. So if you're a lady, put this in your purse. If you're a guy, put it in your pocket. It's got a good thing here, hanging on a tree. Put it somewhere you can hang it. Use it. Ladies, if you want to get something fancy, get like an Olight Warrior 3S. You can't get burned with it, and you can lock it out. Also, you click it 3 times for strobe, and then that's it. So you also have a 1 lumen mode, which will last a lot longer than the Fenix pd36r Pro or the Fenix TK20R version 2. But I just thought this light was really fancy. Ooh, don't want to drop this one. This one is a really fancy light. It's made of titanium and it's colorful. I think the colors on it look amazing. I don't know, I like it. And like I said, it has that proximity sensor, so it won't burn you. And then to lock it out, you just hold it, and then once the little red light comes on, and then the magnetic charging, you charge it, use like a Samsung USB-A charger. It'll charge it within like 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever. And no big deal. You put the Olight into its sheath, pop it in there, close it, purse, pocket, 21700 battery. It is proprietary. You can get the replacements on their website. I don't like proprietary batteries, but unfortunately Olight did that because of their magnetic charging system. So these are the proprietaries. You can get away with charging these on a dedicated 21700 charger if you angle it correctly, but don't let it touch that negative terminal. So maybe put some tape around the negative terminal while charging it if you have to, but I doubt it. That's inside this Olight here. And I thought this would be a very kind of informative video, not perfect, but more informative, because I'm just showing more than one flashlight, even though it is for the Fenix pd36r Pro. I thought it would be more informative to show multiple flashlights and multiple options, more for like long-term survivability. It's like, this is an 1100, this is a specialized battery. What it is it's meant to mimic 2 AA batteries, because that's why they have this long flashlight. It's to mimic the 2 AA batteries, but you get more power and runtime. Like this one now has the ace beam battery in it, and this is eco mode. And this thing, for some reason, the LD22 version 2.0, I don't know what is with this flashlight, but check it out. It's kind of hard to see. You might have some, yeah, right there. This little flashlight here, this would be good for mechanics. On low, medium, this is the medium setting, which most people would use. Unfortunately, this one has a little bit more of a greener tint. I wish Fenix would stop using green tinted LEDs, but they want maximum runtime. So as it gets brighter, it gets less green, it gets more white. It's kind of hard to explain. But the throw on this little flashlight, and this is high, and then this is turbo. So this little pin light has a very tight hotspot and shoots out very far. I mean, far. And because this one has a 1600 milliamp battery, it lasts almost 40 minutes longer than with the included 1100. I call it a 14500 battery, even though it's not. It's a L14100 battery. I would just get an ace beam battery. If you're gonna buy this flashlight, just contact ace beam and get those. You could get the Fenix ones too, but get the ace beam batteries because they have 500 more milliamps per battery. So if you're on a low setting, it'll last way longer. Anyways, this flashlight here has a very tight hotspot. It's compact, and this is the 2 lumen mode, like I keep telling you. Even though it's 2 lumen, it's very bright in dark areas for 2 lumen, and then lasts 200 hours on that one battery. And then you just turn it. You have to turn a little bit more than the other ones, but lock it out. And then 2 lumens. It's very bright for 2 lumens. And then just put it in the sheath. I think this would be good for mechanics. I think mechanics would like this flashlight. And people who are doing pinpoint inspections, they could probably get away with putting it on a medium setting. And the medium setting lasts over 2 hours, I'm assuming, especially with the 1600 milliamp. I mean, most people would probably use the medium setting and low settings for very bright, like very dark places. The LD version 2, see? This is the eco mode, this is low, and this is medium. This medium mode is bright enough to use everyday applications. See, you could light everything up, and it lasts a long time, even with this battery here. The Fenix proprietary 3.6. They're not that expensive on Fenix. They're like $12 a battery, but you could recharge them like 300 or 400 times before you need to replace them. But then you can also use AA's. This video is not sponsored by Fenix. Nobody, no, not sponsored by any of the companies. Just wanted to put that out there. But for about $65, you get a very good light here. The LD22 version 2.0. Not too many people have made reviews on it. There's been reviews on it. It isn't the best colored flashlight, so if you're looking for high CRI, get the Ace Beam Pokelet 2.0. 2 AA flashlight. It is $29 on Amazon. It has a Nichia 519A LED in it, and it's a 5000 Kelvin, okay? And it's 600 lumens or 20 lumens. There's 2 options. This one has like 5 options, and plus it actually has strobe warning. Hold it, and it has strobe. Unfortunately, the Ace Beam Pokelet 2 AA does not have all these modes. If it did, it would be a perfect light for a lot of people. So, this is a good pen light and inspection light, even for me. Like, even though it has the LEDs green, that's not what this light's for. It's for inspections. But if you need the right contrast, you're gonna get the Ace Beam Pokelet 2 AA. If you're looking for a good, tight, tactical flashlight, you're going to get the Fenix pd36r Pro. And if you're looking for a thrower tactical flashlight, which is a little bit more throwy, you're definitely going to get the Fenix TK20 version 2.0, 20R version 2.0. And what's cool about it is once you open this thing up, the rechargeable USB-C power delivery is in there. And then just to do this, to close it. Very amazing tactical flashlight. Now, if, like I said, a lady would probably do very well to have one of these, especially now with all that trafficking going on. I think it'd be probably a very good idea to carry one of these, especially in the year 2023 going forward. 2022 is just a blur. 2023, 2024, and however many years from now, I think it would be very wise that more than just bear mace. I think they need to carry also a tactical flashlight and bear mace. I think that would be very good for the ladies out there. And then a tactical flashlight, you could, if you don't have seizure warning, you could spray them, spray the guy, and then strobe the guy at the same time, and keep doing it while you're running away as fast as you can. But make sure you spray them and then spray them and then throw that at them, and while they're covering their eyes because they got sprayed with bear mace, if it's legal in your state, and then strobe them a little bit to get them away from you. Now, obviously, maybe carry a pocket knife, something to protect yourself. It doesn't have to be a big pocket knife, just something that, cuts the skin, because I've never seen anything like this before. It's getting bad here in the United States. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been a kind of a review, but overall review, and I think it'll be very important on your decision making going forward. Now, there's a lot of discounts on Fenix lighting in the United States. I recommend Fenix lighting. They have a very good warranty and they're quick. So that's why I recommend phenixlighting.com specifically over other websites. The warranty with Fenix lighting is so much better. And this is the sheath for the Fenix TK20R version 2. Put it in your pocket, put it in your purse, put it in your glove compartment. Obviously, just kind of, untwist the tail cap a little bit so it doesn't turn on by itself, and then twist it to turn it on, just ever so slightly. And that also keeps its water resistance while not being able to turn the flashlight on. You don't want that thing coming on at 3,000 lumens. It will set your sheath, well, it'll smoke the hell out of it. And then for mechanics, I recommend the LED22R version 2.0. It is a green tinted LED, but the run times on this are insane. And then if you're in a mechanic, but not only a mechanic, but like if you're an inspector and you don't really use it for very long, I would recommend getting the Ace Beam Pokelet 2 AA pen light, because it has a Nichia 519A, and you're going to get accurate colors, and it's at 5,000 Kelvin. It is a perfectly bright light. It's a great inspection light, but this one is 2 lumens, and you can go longer between charges, so it might be in your best interest to actually buy both. And no, this is not sponsored. So I actually recommend buying both lights. One for maybe a longer inspection. So this is equal low. On low mode, you can go very far. So if you're looking like in a building, let's say you're in like a publicly, contracted building, and you have this light here. You can look extremely high up in the ceiling or extremely far down. And then if you're working on electrical work, you can pop out the Ace Beam to make sure all the right colors of wiring goes into the box correctly. And then at a distance, you can actually find out where the electric box is or goes, if you're up in rafters, or if you're up in like the ceiling, or if you're up on a roof at night. You can look long distance with this light, you know, very, very long distance. I mean, we're talking more than 500 feet with this light. So you can find it, and then you can switch over to the ace beam pop. And then you can make sure all the colors are correct and everything looks right. Also, the 2 lumen mode, you could be up there and you could have a very long battery life, and you can get almost 24 hours on this setting, which is low. You can get a lot of hours of run, especially with the 1600 milliamp ace beam. You can get 24 hours of runtime on low for a pen light, and it's more than 20 lumens. Medium, you can get like, I mean, I ran it for like a long time. I mean, we're talking medium 100 lumens, but this is not just a regular 100. This is like a far 100 lumens. You can run this mother trucker for like 10 hours straight. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Y'all have yourself a good day, okay?